Starting an Airbnb can oftentimes be extremely stressful. Here's my list of 5 things you should not be forgetting when launching your Airbnb. Number 1, the cleaner. Now, this is going to be your main person kind of handling your property. There's a variety of reasons as to why this is the most important piece. Number 1 is that somebody else is cleaning it. There's already pass-through expenses, meaning that you're already charging a cleaning fee forward to the guest. Really just using that cleaning fee to pass on to your cleaner to make sure the property is good and healthy. Secondly, the cleaner's going to be doing it without you there. You can require them to take pictures, prove their work to you, but really you don't have to be in the picture anymore, meaning that your time is freed to go and either make more money or do whatever it is that you want to do with your time. It's a really great hack in terms of automating your process. The other piece with this is that you can have them manage your inventory. So the hand soaps, the shampoo, the toilet paper, these are all things that you can have your cleaner taken care of. So that way your property is already automating itself. With your cleaner handling your supplies and managing them, maybe you owe them a little bit more money at the end of the day, but your money is not made on supplies. So that should not be your main concern. You can also charge a little bit more. So if your cleaner charges you 100, maybe you're charging 105 or 110, and that helps for every turn. That starts to add up and kind of helps towards the supplies list. If not, you could have a straight pass-through fee as well. But your cleaner is there to help you so that you don't have to be. This is their own business too. So, which brings us into step 2, being the linens. You need to make sure that you have 3 sets for every bed, and this also includes not just the pillowcases and the linens and duvet covers. This also considers the kitchen towels. Making sure that you have extras of everything is going to really help your cleaner in their business. With your cleaner, the way that it's going to work is you're going to have them take the dirty clothes, and then they're going to come with clean clothes, being your second set. From there, they'll be turning it with those 2 sets. And the third set is just for an emergency, right? So you're gonna have people that are gonna come, they're gonna destroy your place. It's not gonna be good. What is good is having a proactive plan in place to take care of your property. Ultimately, at the end of the day, this comes back down to you. One thing I forgot to mention with the cleaner as well is that the cleaner can be found through apps like TurnoverBnB. This allows you to source them, find them in your local area, and then also manage them. Using TurnoverBnB, you can actually find your cleaner, so it's lead gen for cleaners. You can talk to them through the platform. They can get scheduled by hooking up and exporting your Airbnb VRBO calendars, and then they'll automatically know and get paid. So the money will get pulled from your account every time they go and clean. The linen piece though is huge because you're going to want to make sure that it's comfortable. You're going to want to make sure that it is premium stuff. And so this is not the area to really skimp out or to try to penny pinch. This is an area that the guest is actively using all of the time. They go to bed every night, and that's the place that they choose to sleep. So if you have something comfortable, they're going to remember it. If they get really good sleep, they're going to remember it, and they're going to provide really great reviews. So make sure that your pricing over your linens is appropriate, the right amount for quality stuff. Number 3 is going to be a locked off area for your cleaner. The biggest thing you don't want to do is have your cleaner manage all of your supplies and inventory at their house or at their office, because they also have a bunch of other people that they do the same thing for. If you want to make sure that you have control over the expenses of your supplies and make sure that everything that you have is yours, you're going to need to lock off an area. Now this can look like a closet, this can be a cupboard, this can be just something that allows you to put a latch with a cable lock so that you don't have additional keys. I'm really against keys, so make sure that it has a code that you can put in there, 113, whatever that looks like. Then you can manage exactly what your cleaner is doing, where they can put the supplies. So, because eventually you're going to run out, right? Eventually you're going to run out of hand soap. Eventually you're going to run out of the next piece. And so your cleaner's going to alert you to this. What you're going to want to do is have them put the new supplies in that area, and it's locked off because you don't want your guests having access to it. If you allow your guests to have 24 rolls of toilet paper, they will somehow use 24 rolls of toilet paper with a 2-night stay. Your guests will feel that it's their property or that they paid for it because it's in the unit. So make sure you're not being taken advantage of. Make sure that you're only putting out a certain amount of toilet paper, 3 to 4 rolls per stay, 2 to 3 paper towel rolls per stay, just so that people aren't taking your entire product, because ultimately it affects the rest of your operation going down the line too. All of this is really handled by just having an area you can lock off for your cleaners. The other piece with this too is that your cleaners are really good at one thing, and that's cleaning. If you're having them manage your supplies at home, it's just not going to have the same effect, and they might actually misappropriate some of your stuff, and not maliciously. It's just simply that you're putting more work on them when really what they're there to do is clean. A really nice service if they're able to help you manage that inventory. And this piece really allows you to automate it. Just from that standpoint, you're already going to be in a much better place by helping your cleaner move faster. And if you're liking this video, make sure that you like and that you make a comment. Let me know about what your thoughts are on the last 5 things or things that you should not be forgetting. And if I missed anything, let me know. Number 4 is having a smart lock. I cannot say this well enough. You need to have a smart lock for your property. You need to have control over your property. People are coming in and when they're leaving, and the ability to change the code. And it's not that you need to change the code after every person, although if you get the Schlog code, it'll automatically update with that person's last 4 digits. That's pretty nice, and I would suggest you go and get that lock. I'll link it down below. Outside of that, you just need to have a smart lock so that you can have control over what's happening. And really, you should also have kind of security camera. I know Ring offers something along those lines that can be based on solar power and just give you an active feed of who's coming in, who's going out. Smart lock is huge because people need to be able to enter on their own. And you want to allow them access. These Airbnb guests do not want to see you. They don't want to talk to you. The best host is one unseen. Make yourself unseen and only heard, and they'll love their stay, especially if you're providing a wonderful experience to these people. Now, number 5 is having an emergency key. So this one really relates to number 4 with the smart lock. Your smart lock is dependent upon batteries, and it's connecting to the Wi-Fi constantly. So it's really using up the juice, and inevitably you are not going to help the day that your smart lock dies and you have guests checking in and you don't realize that it died and they show up to the door, code's not working in the keypad. You're getting frustrated because maybe it's them, but maybe it's the code and they want to push it on the keypad. Make sure that when you're dealing with these people that you have an alternative. The short-term problem can be solved immediately, and that the long-term problem of maybe just putting in new batteries can be solved after the fact. Because really what they want to do is maybe they get in late, they just want to throw everything down, maybe go to bed, figure this out later. Having a hide-a-key, really having a gnome, like a hide-a-gnome, basically where you can kind of put a key in for the deadbolt for the smart lock, that's huge. In these instances, you can still instruct people on how they can get in, so make sure that you have an emergency key in place for those emergencies. As a part of this list, all of these things are being proactive, making sure that you have plans in place for any of these emergencies as they come up. And you're going to have a bunch of headaches going on, especially if you're not in the property itself. Fortunately for myself, my wife and I, we started out with a house hack where it was a duplex. So we Airbnb'd the upstairs, so we had these opportunities to kind of learn and be there real time for when things were happening, so we could be there to solve those problems. If you would like to be an automated investor, if you would like to kind of have some distance between you, like my wife and I do now, we have thousands of miles in between us and our properties. These are the things that we think about when we're launching a new Airbnb is, hey, does it have these 5 things? Are there emergencies that we should be considering? These are all pieces that you are going to want to know as an investor, especially if you're starting out new. Like I said, but it'll build over time. You do not need to stress too much now that you know this list, now that you have these things in your mind, because you're going to take action, you're going to go forth and just crush it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's anything I missed, if there's anything I should add on. Hopefully this really helps you guys, provides you with enough value so that you have the confidence to move forward and improve your life and the rest of yours through financial freedom. Till next time.